Today I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your calendar appointment bookings and then connect that with your workflows to send out automated email nurtures, SMS nurtures, whatever kind of nurtures you want to do. In this case, I'm going to be showing you how to do emails, but this is how business owners save hours a week, because instead of taking a day like Monday and manually going in there and typing all the emails that you need to send out to nurture these customers that you're going to be doing jobs for in the near future, whatever that timeline looks like for you, this helps you save hours on that. And those hours you could spend, going and taking your kids to school and spending a couple more minutes with them every single day, okay? So the benefits are endless here. So stay tuned. I'm going to hop right into this. First thing I want to show you is this is a client of mine in Minnesota. They do professional moving, and we have the calendar set up for them already. So I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video. If you don't have a calendar set up in your Go High level yet, go watch another video, then come back and watch this, okay? Because we're going to help you set up nurtures so that we can boost your customer experience so it's better than anybody in your local town, and you're going to stand out, collect more reviews, have more referrals, and have more happy customers. Have more happy, satisfied customers. So first thing we want to get into for them, their setup. I'm going to be using them as an example this whole time, all right? So it's very important that you don't sit here and think this is exactly the same way that you build yours. It has to fit yours, and you're probably smart enough to know that by watching this video. Just want to make that known. Right here, you can see that we've set up their calendar. There's 3 different ones. There's a calendar for both of the sales guys so that they can have their follow-up calls booked, their own individual calendars. And then you've got the booked moves calendar. All right, and we're going to be focusing on the booked move calendar today because each of those different types of calendars have their own nurture sequence set up within them. And I want to show you the booked moves for today's example. And the cool thing about Go High Level is that all of those calendars, they can all be seen at one time in one calendar at the same time. So you can see in the background here, just for personal reasons, I'm not going to go in there and really look at them too much. But you can see, you've got your moves, other calls, other things set up in here. It's really nice. You can even connect your Google Calendar with it too. So today we're going to be moving with Todd. We're going to make sure we go in here and find Todd's contact. We're going to select Todd's contact, for example. We're not going to do that today, but you get the idea. We're going to have Todd's move be the 27th of March at 9 a.m., okay? We're going to click book appointment, but before I do that, I want to show you something that's really important to this whole thing. Okay, so when you go to set these appointments with these people, the way that we do it here with the movers, and we've trained them on this, you're not setting in a tentative appointment. You're not going, oh yeah, okay, so we think we've got you down for the 27th, which is a Friday. Just we're gonna put you down, and then you call us back and let us know, and we'll go from there. Okay? No, it's like we got you booked. We got the estimate sent out to you. You already approved it. You have the contract on its way, and now we are going to start nurturing you with emails as the day leads up. And we're not messing around with any tentative scheduling because this is a business. We're trying to make profits. We're trying to support our families. All right? So they're confirmed. Make sure that's clicked. Okay? The automation that I'm going to show you today runs off of that, okay? If it's unconfirmed, not going to run. So cancel. We're not going to be showing you that today. So the first thing we want to show, and I want to show you before I get into this, people are opening these. They're seeing them. They are at 28. This one's at almost 29%. This one is opened at 57%, and this one is open at 33%, okay? And now you can see that we haven't been running them for too long. This nurture sequence is newer for them, but we're already seeing it increase value and add some type of service to these people that if you didn't do something like this or you had to do it manually, would take hours to do every single month. Okay, so we're cutting down time in ways that you might think are pointless, not worth it. I'll worry about it later. Nope, get it done now. You're gonna stand out above your competition. And 2 years from now, you look up after you've been doing all of these procedures, and now you're one of the best known in the area, and you're one of the most well-liked in the area too with the most reviews, okay? So all of these things play a part. Today, I'm just focusing on connecting appointments and the email nurture and how I automate that so that you don't have to do any of it, okay? So the first one I'm going to show, it happens when a pipeline is changed from wherever in the pipeline stage to booked moved, okay? So from there, there's going to be some kind of automation that happens, and it's going to be in the sales funnel for them. So it's different for everybody, right? You don't have to copy this. It's not going to look the same for you, but it will be what looks and works for you, okay? So make sure you click the right one, and make sure that the pipeline stage is the one where you're booking the job, okay? Then from there, there's different conditions. So if the job stays open, eventually, after this wait goes off of a minute, it's going to send out the first nurture email. If the job somehow gets lost within that time, it could happen. They call back, it's lost. Boom. But just for another example, you'll see in the next nurture, we have the same setup, and that one is triggered for 7 days before the appointment time, okay? If you click lost there, or the client gets lost between that time, then that email won't send out and you're not going to be spamming these people, okay? When none of the conditions are met, nothing happens. That one is always there. If you set up a condition like this, you're always going to have one that says none. Don't worry about it. From there, once the email is sent out in this first nurture, you're going to send an internal notification to the team letting them know that this person has been nurtured, and this is email 1 of 3 sent. Then from there, we're going to add a tag that tells us on our end that client, that customer card in the pipeline has been nurtured once, okay? But then if we go into the actual email and we go to the bottom here, we review the conditions, we can add another tag, and we can add some more tags based on the contact's interaction with the campaign. So for example, this one, I set up a tag so that when they do open it, we can get a tag on that so it shows up in their contact card. So when you're going through and looking at all of your, maybe estimates sent, you can see, okay, cool, they did look at that one and they're at this stage of the nurture. But this one is obviously a little different. This is booked nurture for booked jobs. Okay, so I'm just throwing out hypothetical examples for you and explaining why I'm doing this way. Because I feel like a lot of people get on here and they talk about go high level features, but they don't explain the thinking behind why they did it. They just show you how to do it, but they don't understand and walk you through that maybe you don't need to know just how to do it, but you also want to know why to do it, okay? So that's why I'm doing that there. Pretty standard. But then this is where the calendar comes into play, and this is why I wanted to show you this, because now the trigger is based on the appointment status. Okay, so if the appointment status is confirmed, then it's going to trigger this email sequence in the second email, which is dependent upon the appointment status. Okay, so event type is normal. You want to make sure you have the right calendar selected. For this example, it's the CPM booked moves. Again, for you, it's whatever it is. And then the appointment status is confirmed. Remember, I showed you why that's important. Because for the way that I've set it up, if you don't have that, this won't trigger. It's going to misfire. It's not going to even trigger, I don't think, at all. So you're going to be confused sitting there like, what's going on? I thought this is the way Luke told me how to do it. No, you got to make sure that in the calendar, when you set the appointment, it's confirmed. So that way that when you come over here to make the workflow, it also says appointment status is confirmed. Okay. Now, same conditional branching logic right here. And the next thing we do, and this is what the primary focus of this video is about, but it took a little while to set up, is setting up conditional wait periods based on an appointment time. I'm going to show you how they are a little bit touchy and why you need to make sure everything is correct in them. So if you come in here and you click on what you want it to be based on, for this example, we're working with just time. So the first one, we had that time delay of 1 minute. Boom, the first email went out. This one, we're doing 7 days from the appointment. So that's why it's important to go in there, make sure you have the time right, and then come in here and make sure you have the proper event tied to what you have set up in your calendar, all right? So when you are in your calendar, if you don't know this, listen up. If you're in your calendar, you have different types of appointments. You can have the service booking time, the rental booking time. There's a few other ones too that I'm forgetting, but we are strictly, with what we're showing here in this example, are working with the appointment time. So that when you have it set up in the calendar, it's triggered off an appointment time, and same with the workflow. If they're different, if one of them is service booking and the other one is appointment time, they're not going to match. It's not going to be the same trigger or the same wait period right here. It's not going to recognize it. Again, it's going to misfire, it's going to fail, and you're going to see that it triggered and it started, but now you're going to see like, oh, well, why is it not firing now? I thought I have everything set up. Well, it's because you don't have them configured the same way. They have to be the exact same. So appointment time in the workflow, appointment time set up calendar in the calendar, okay? So you do that in the settings before you make that specific calendar. So maybe you have to go back and change it, or maybe you have to go back and do a whole nother one. Like I said, go watch a video on how to start a calendar and you'll learn what I'm talking about from there. But then from there, once you have that set up, you can choose when you want to send out the reminders. So it's triggered, the logic is triggered off of the appointment time, but now we can choose if we want the automation to go after that appointment time, or if we want it to go before, or if we want it to go at exact time. So what we have set up for this example, we have before. So 7 days before the appointment, the move that's booked, 7 days before we show up at their door with the truck, we have an email going out exactly 7 days to the time, okay? And that email is focused on nurturing them. It's got some value in it. It's showing them, in this case, in this example, let's make your move as smooth as possible. And it's got some pictures of before and after of what we want to see from them when we show up to the move, right? And this will look different for you, but this is an example and an idea of what you could look like, or what it could look like for you to send out nurture emails so that you can stand out above your competition, and then also come to the job with everything already set up for you so that you can spend less time doing things that aren't necessary because, oh, well, they should have had them done before, but oh, you didn't tell them that, so how did they know, right? It's covered here. You saw we had a 57% open rate. If they forget to tell them this type of language in the call or the call that they have leading up to the move, it's right here. Bases are covered rather than not being covered at all. Does that make sense? Okay. So just a quick, I'll just run you through this real quick. Like, for example, you've got TVs and they have the cables connected to them. Well, when we show up there, we don't want to have to deal with that mess from the mover's perspective. Well, let's show them what we want it to look like. It's either completely untangled, the cables are put away somewhere else and the TV is separate, okay? You get to the kitchen, you got mugs, containers, everything just everywhere. It's gonna take hours to put that and pack that up. And if you didn't pay for packing, that wasn't something that was discussed beforehand, you show up, like I said, it's hours of wasted time that you're gonna have to bill that client for. And now they're gonna be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's gonna be a huge ordeal because it's an unexpected charge, but it's really on both of their faults. This just helps eliminate it, okay? So that's that. That's the idea, right? Instead of, having all of these separate templates somewhere saved in your computer, and then you have to go track them down, and then you have to go type out and fill in the right proper information. So you have 6 tabs open, and you're making sure you spelled Maria right, and then you get the copy right, plug in the right date for their job, and then send it off. That could take 10 minutes per email. Okay, this is done like that. So that is why that is so powerful. Again, same thing, internal notification, letting the team know on our end that we sent out the second email of the booking nurture. Sweet. Everybody's on the same page. They can see that. They can see that the machine is working without them having to do anything. Provides peace of mind for the business owner. Add the tag, book nurture 2. And the same thing that I showed you before, where if we went into the email here, we would see that there's a tag that gets applied when they click on the email and open it up. Okay. Now that happens, again, one more time. And this one sends out 5 days before the appointment. Okay. It's got a 33% open rate. We've sent a total of 11. So what you'll notice here is that not every time do we have a job that is going to be 7 or 5 days out. Sometimes they'll book a job, 3 days out or 2 days out. People will wait to the last minute to hire movers in some cases. So not every time will these be sent out. In that case, at that point, you probably don't need them, because the time from lead to booked call, to job being done, to you showing up. Those 4 different things are happening so quick. You're probably communicating with them manually over the phone, or it's just not a big deal. They're not in the gray area when they have a move scheduled, a month from now, and they're like, well, I haven't heard anything from these mover guys. Should I be worried? I mean, I am moving my entire house, or I am having my entire yard being destroyed by these landscapers, and trusting that they're going to put it back together in the right way. Like, should I be concerned? No, we can send you nurture emails and let you know that we've done this before, what to expect. Now you're not concerned at all and you feel like you're in the loop. Just saying. So this is my first Go High Level tutorial. I'm going to be doing a lot more like this. I'm within my first 120 days of using the software itself, and I'm helping local businesses build out really cool CRMs like this, along with running ads for them so that we can run the full funnel. And it's been going really well so far for me. So I'm going to be putting out more of these types of videos where I'm just showing you guys features about Go High Level and kind of walking you through what they look like and how they work. So if you have any ideas or you have any requests for what you want next, let me know. I'm open to hear some more. I've got some ideas, but I'm always down to hear some ideas from you guys. So see you in the next video.